it.
But what you're asking, and this is why I'm saying that you've fallen prey to creationist arguments. It's so typical. They're teaching little kids to go into their science classroom, and as soon as somebody starts talking about millions of years, the question they want them to ask is, were you there? And that's exactly what you just did. And I'm going to, as nicely as possible, explain how absolutely asinine that is. You touched on it earlier. In the, you only know who you weren't there, you have no evidence that your mother was there. And I said, yes, actually there is evidence, you can do DNA testing, and that is the confirmation. It doesn't matter if I was there. I didn't witness Jeffrey Dahmer kill a bunch of people, but that's the conclusion that the evidence leads to. So yes, I accept that in fact he did. I wasn't there when George Washington became the first president of the country, but the evidence leads me to conclude that that historical account is most probably accurate. And in the case of the Big Bang model, that is the result of a lot of math and thought that said, what is the explanation for the origins of the universe? And it's not like once we got the math somewhere we liked it, we just stuck with it. No, it was a model that made testable predictions, and then we went out and we did things like building the Hubble telescope and other instruments that allowed us to measure the microwave background radiation and confirm that the model was in fact accurate. I didn't have to be there to have sufficient evidence to believe that it is the best scientific explanation of origins. And what I find particularly amusing is that the creationists who want to ask, were you there? Most often they are particularly evangelical Christians. Were you there when Jesus was resurrected?
I wasn't there, but...
What evidence then do you have to believe that it actually happened?
And this is where theism is different from, I
yes,
can say,
it is, because you don't have evidence.
Where it's accepted by faith, but there are physical examples where you said that they're none, but that's not true.
You do, the difference between theism and science is that for things that we weren't present for, science relies on evidence to lead us to the best possible conclusions about what happened. And religion relies on something other than evidence. Why? Because they don't have evidence. Faith is the excuse people give when they have no good reason for their beliefs. If you had a good reason, you wouldn't need faith.